Alright, hi guys. So today I decided I am going to do a topic YouTube video since I haven't done one in a while, I have been kind of slacking. So yes, today I decided I'm going to do an Instagram versus reality YouTube video and kind of just talk about why I've posted pictures like that. I know a lot of people think it's stupid because some think it's really obvious the transition from one photo to the next, but for a lot of people they don't. And I think when you start out, or even when any time in life, when you start getting kind of used to social media, you start viewing social media, you get very misguided and miseducated and misinformed on what people really are like versus what they show on their social media. And I think the problem is that the picture you see on social media is very, very far from the truth of someone's life, and it's really only one snapshot of their actual life. And the problem is that we as a society, especially as women, we get very persuaded and we get very almost brainwashed by all this type of stuff, and we think that this is the norm and this is what we should be like and what we should look like. And it's just not the reality of it, it's not the truth of it, and I think it's important to really kind of educate people, on what is true and what's not. So for me, when I started out in fitness and I started following certain accounts and I seen people and they were shredded all the time, I kind of got this conception that that was what I should be going for. That was the look that I should be after, and I was like, I'm not going to stop till I get that shredded, and then that's just what I was going to look like, and I expected to stay like that. I had no understanding that people don't stay shredded year round. There are some people who do, and that's fine if they can handle that mentally, physically, whatever, but for the most part, most people can't. It's not healthy, it's not attainable, and a lot of suffering would go into it on the physical and mental side of things if you decided to stay like that. So when I first got into fitness, I was kind of I assumed that's what it was. That's how I had to look, and that was what I was going after. And it took me a while, and it made me, it took me going through the process to really understand that, okay, this is completely not true, and this is definitely a misconception I had, and I needed to understand that that's not really the truth behind it all, and that people are looking this way for a very short period of time when they're competing, and that's it. And I mean, I was very naive to it all, and now I understand the difference between it. And I mean, I still get I catch myself comparing myself to others, or comparing myself to what other people are doing, and it makes me realize I need to take a step back and realize that I'm doing that, and understand that it's not healthy to do that, and also what you see isn't what you get. So there's a few examples I wanted to explain, and the one is just even the simple pictures that I show where I have my pants rolled up high and my pants rolled down low. So I never wear low-waisted pants because I find them very uncomfortable, and high-waisted pants, they just sit well with me. But there is a huge difference. When you wear low-waisted pants, you're gonna have a muffin top. I don't even when I'm pretty lean, I have a muffin top just because that's just the tight pants just cause that, and that's normal. That's everyone has that. And then when you wear the high-waisted pants, obviously it covers that. So I mean, you can look completely different just with the type of pants you're wearing, and the angle. I mean, you're sucking in, you're flexing, you're just relaxed. But people don't get that, and I didn't get that when I first started out. I would look at pictures holy cow, this girl looks like this all the freaking time. No, she posed exactly like that for a picture, and she doesn't look like that, because now I can see visually myself that I don't look the same from A to B when I take these pictures in a span of 2 seconds. It's all not what it seems, and that's a big thing. And then a lot of the times you'll be following fitness models who their job is to be a model. They need to look good all the time. Their makeup's done professionally, they've got really high quality pictures, their hair is done, their outfit, this and that, and you can't compare yourself to someone like that because they're done up all the time. You are probably not done up all the time, and if you start thinking that that's the norm, you're gonna have a lot of issues with yourself, because if you're constantly comparing yourself to an unrealistic standard for yourself, then you're not gonna be happy, because you're not gonna be understanding that that's not a standard you should be comparing yourself to or setting for yourself. And that's their job, is to have like professional photos, and because that's what their agent wants them to do, and this and that, right? And that's what their career, and that's what they live off of. And another thing is, like, you see a lot of influential women who are really like fit and in shape, and they have kids. And I know if, like, I talked to someone about this, and it's just a really unrealistic standard, I think, for women who are like mothers, who like are like, I can't even like brush my hair, let alone do my makeup and be in phenomenal shape and travel the world while having kids. Because a lot of times these people fail to mention that they have a nanny or 2 nannies that are constantly taking care of their kids for them. So I mean, yeah, they have time to wake up and spend an hour on their face and makeup and hair, and go to the gym for 2 hours, and travel and do this and that, and then have time to take their pictures of their kids and make it seem like they're always with their kids. That's not the case. And if you didn't know that and you didn't really think about it, you would think, oh my goodness, like, why don't I have time for this? Like, I'm a mom, I don't have time to do my hair and my makeup and get to the gym and do this. I can barely catch an hour of sleep, you know what I mean? So like, I think a lot of times we throw ourselves under the bus because we aren't doing what we think we should be doing and what we think others are doing, but we don't understand that there's a lot of other like things that go into that, and a lot of other things that you have to consider when you are looking on social media and looking just anywhere. Like, and I know for me, I like, it's not like I have everything figured out. Like, I don't just sit here and like preach these things and like, yeah, I'm an expert. I'm far from that. I have my own struggles. I think we all do. And like, for me, I have to take a step back a lot of times and be like, hey, like, this isn't realistic for me. What's realistic for me, and what's going to bring me happiness? A lot of these things that you think are going to bring you happiness are not going to bring you happiness. And until you take time to focus on yourself and realize what really does make you happy, getting those things, or looking a certain way, or meeting a standard that you have for yourself, it's really not going to bring you happiness. And I think that's what happens, is we all think, and we all start chasing these things that we think will be the thing that really makes us happy, and we fail to recognize that there's so many things in our life right now that can make you happy if you give them the time and you really focus on them and you embrace it, and you just allow yourself to be happy because of those things. And I know that's something I have to constantly work on, and I do struggle because I set very high standards for myself, and I have lots of goals. I'm a goal-oriented person. I've always been a perfectionist, and you can't be a perfectionist in this world because nothing's perfect and nothing's as it seems. And if that's what you're always chasing, you'll never be happy, because perfect doesn't exist. And that's the biggest thing for me that I've had to learn. And I like showing this side of me because I feel like it helps so many people. And I mean, just getting feedback from other people and knowing that, you know, showing pictures like this and being relaxed and showing more insight into my life and what my life actually looks like versus what people think it looks like is like so helpful for others. And I know a lot of people do this, and a lot of people are like, oh, it's just trendy, blah blah, but who cares? Everything in life is a trend. I mean, fitness, when I was first got into fitness, like, pretty much no one did it, and then now it's like a huge trend. Like, it doesn't take away anything. Like, that's just life. Things that people like doing it's gonna be a trend. And if this can be something that has positive implications, why not? You know what I mean? I don't know why people get so like hung up and like upset about things like this when it's like it's doing something good. Why not get angry at the things that aren't doing something good, and embrace and be happy and encourage the things that are doing good? And that's what I don't understand, because I mean, if it's doing good, let it be. So yeah, that's like kind of like my little spiel today. So I guess what I would like you guys to take from this, and including myself, is that what you see isn't what you always get. Don't think that you have to be a certain way, look a certain way, just because that's what's the standard for today. There isn't such a thing as a perfect image, a perfect body, a perfect this, a perfect life. Everyone has their own struggles. Everyone has their own things they go through. And it's important to realize that the people who you think might be the happiest might not actually be happy at all. Because happiness is such a internal and such a personal thing, and that it really takes you to take a step back from things that are around you to realize what makes you happy and to allow yourself to be happy because of those things, as opposed to these expectations and standards that you think will make you happy that aren't really the case at all. So I think it's just important to really take everything you see with a grain of salt, and really kind of, instead of seeing one side of things, kind of think about the bigger picture and chase the things that matter in life. Do the things that are going to make you happy because they're personal reasons and this and that, not superficial things. Focus on internal values, internal goals, things that are going to help you internally versus the external things and the materialistic things. And that's what's going to bring you a lot more happiness and fulfillment and joy in your life, as opposed to these other things that you think will. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to cover in today's spiel. And I'm going to try to get a little bit more active with my social media. I've been like really busy. And I guess I can just do a little update on my cut. Yeah, I have like not made like hardly any changes to my diet or anything, like literally nothing. So that's why I haven't updated you guys on diet changes or cardio. And yeah, the first little bit's really slow. That's kind of why I was like gonna start the series more around 12 weeks out, when things get a little bit more like going. But yes, I have been just kicking along, trusting the process. Things take time, doesn't happen overnight, and yeah, that's basically where I'm at. So I just wanted to do this like video, and I'll probably put in some pictures of what I'm kind of been talking about. And yeah, I hope you guys find it helpful, and if you do, comment or whatever, do whatever you want. If not, just fast forward. I'll see you guys later. Okay, bye.
Tell you one time.